Hello, my name's Paul Johnson, and I own and operate Paul David Design. We are a custom fabricator of draperies, bedding, pillows, and furniture. And I am the one who fabricates all of the products. My wife works with me, and she keeps all of the books. She keeps the schedule, basically a project manager to make sure that we meet our deadlines and get everything done that we need to get done. And Mr. Davidson asked me to tell you how I got into this business. And it actually started a long time ago. When I was about 8 years old, we had an old sewing machine that looked a lot like this one in our basement. And I asked my mom if I could have it. And she said, yeah, but I don't know if it works. So I dug it out of all the junk in the basement, and it worked. And I started making bean bags, which is just a little square fabric filled with beans that you throw for games. I made so many bean bags, everyone had one. And from there, I just started sewing. When I got into high school, I was signing up, and I signed up for the sewing classes. And when I signed up for the sewing classes, and my guidance counselor said, well, most of the boys take food or cooking classes. And I said, well, I already know how to cook, and this is what I want. So I got into the sewing class. I was the only guy in the high school in the sewing class the first semester. And I started learning how to make clothing. And by the second semester, 10 of the guys on the football team transferred in to the sewing classes because they quickly found out that's where all the girls were. And so I went on and I learned garment manufacturing. I learned how to do costume design. And then my last year, I had a special teacher who instructed me in tailoring. And she did it on a personal level. I was the only student, and really benefited from her. Shout out to Mrs. Shelton. And then my dad started the drapery business about that time. And so I learned how to make drapery, and it's just been uphill or downhill, depending on how you want to look at it, ever since. This business has provided an income for me and all of my brothers and sisters, which there are 14 besides me. Right now, we have 4 locations across the United States, one in Provo, Utah, one in Jefferson City, Missouri, one in San Antonio, Texas, and then here in Culpeper, Virginia. The one thing I would say is follow your dream, do the thing you love to do, and work will never be work. Thanks. Photos are some of the things that we have made. The window coverings, pillows, and some of the pieces of furniture.